Hello, my friend, and welcome to today's video. This is Sharing Calm, and my name is Sydney, and today I have a practice for you that I'm referring to as a gentle flow and restore sequence. So, as the name implies, we will be flowing gently, softly through some postures to alleviate tension, stress, tightness in the body. Just find some space, find some ease, and some feel-good stretching. And then we'll move into a couple of restorative postures, which are intended to help the body to fully rest, feel comfortable, and relax the nervous system, help it to find balance, that center point where you're not overly stressed. You might even fall asleep. And then we'll end with a good shavasana as well. As with any of the classes that I teach, if anything ever feels like it's not accessible to you, you're always able to skip postures entirely. I say this often in my in-person classes that all that's really required is your breath and your awareness. So if all that you did was sit or lie down, breathe, and focus on your breath, or try your best to remain focused on your breath for the entire practice, that is far more than enough. So don't feel pressured to move into any postures that are painful or not beneficial to your body in any way. I try my best to offer variations as I need, but it's impossible for me to know without seeing you what exactly your body is seeking for. So if you know variations that I'm not offering, you're always able to take them. And with that being said, let's begin. In any comfortable seated posture, just find yourself there. You can sit cross-legged, you can sit kneeling, you can sit up onto something. Let your spine sit tall. Let your shoulders drop back and down. Notice if you're lifting the head, thinking that that's making you sit taller, and instead, almost the chin just a little bit, not totally, but a little bit towards the chest so that the back of the neck stays long. Hands can rest in your lap in any way that feels comfortable. You might bring one hand to the belly, one hand towards the heart, or the palms together in front of the heart if that posture feels really intentional at the start of your practice. And in these first few moments, just noticing your breath, noticing your body, noticing your mind, noticing what you're starting with. Noticing your current reality. And to the best of your ability, try to do this noticing without placing judgment. Thinking to yourself, perhaps this is what is. Releasing any sense of attachment or aversion, any clinging to something different. And let this be it. And whatever happens as we move through this practice is what is supposed to happen. Taking it easy, not feeling the need to push further than necessary. Letting it all unfold on its own. Like a story that the body is telling you in this moment of time. Take a few more breaths. Just feel that settling. And this is where in your practice you might become abundantly aware of how intense or loud the mind or body is in perhaps uncomfortable ways. Practice being at least okay with that discomfort. And then take your hands, place them next to you next to the hips, outside the body, sitting tall. Take a big breath in. Big breath out. On your next inhale, let the arms rise at the pace of the inhale, opening them out wide and then up. You might stop halfway or 3/4 of the way. Maybe the fingers connect. And then exhale as the arms sweep out and down. Taking that 4 more times, inhaling the arms out and up. Exhaling out and down. Breathe in. Breathe out. It's more about the coordination of the breath with the movement than anything else here. Inhale. Exhale. Big breath in. Let it go, hands down. And I want you to take the hands into soft fists in front of you, arms extended straight, and like you're revving a motorcycle or one of those electric scooters, revving the handles, just bringing the knuckles down and back forward, a little bit up, but focusing on the downward motion in particular. And then taking the palms now upward and punching the fingers towards you. Like you're focusing on the up motion of the knuckles more than the down. If the down feels really good, you can focus on that. And I find it really beneficial stretching, strengthening the forearms. Let's do this here. And let that go. Interlace the hands and just kind of wave out through the arms. It's okay if it feels weird or if you're not sure if you're doing it right. It's not really that important. Nothing really is. And then switching, going the opposite way. As long as you're not introducing pain or new injury, just take it slow. Take it easy. Give yourself grace and permission to feel weird, different, new feelings. Then take the palms away from you, hands still interlaced. And then press the palms up towards the sky. If they only come a little bit, that's perfectly fine. If the elbows have to bend, also perfectly fine. Take a big breath in here. And then exhale, bring the hands down, walk the hands forward as far as is comfortable for your hips to hinge while your seat is still on the ground. And then you might let the head drop down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Walk your hands towards the right, holding the chest over the right leg. Take a big breath in. Big breath out. Walk your hands through the center over to the other side, folding the belly, the chest towards the left thigh now. Inhale. Exhale. Walk the hands back through the middle. Take a breath in. Let it go. Walk your hands back towards you. Sit tall. Take the hands behind you. If the legs are crossed, uncrossing them. If you're kneeling, just bringing the feet out in front for a moment. Feet a little wider than the hips. Just let the knees rock side to side. Feeling that hip mobility internally, externally. And extend the legs straight forward for a moment. Give them a break from being bent. You might bounce out through the knees or just roll out through the ankles, feet side to side. And I want you to find a comfortable seat again. If it feels comfortable to leave the legs extended, they might stay there. You might return to cross-legged or kneeling. If you are sitting cross-legged, I encourage you to try to remember which direction your legs were crossed the first time. Try to cross them the opposite way. If you're kneeling, just kneeling once again. Sitting tall, breathe in. Breathe out. Hands to your sides. On your next inhale, arms reach and sweep high. Inhale. Bend the elbows about 90 degrees. Cactusing or goal posting the arms out wide. Breathe in, lift the chest. You might look up. Exhale, round the spine back as the forearms come towards one another. They may or may not touch. Inhale, peel the chest open, opening the arms. Exhale, rounding the spine back, forearms together. Breathe in, open again. Breathe out, close it together. Notice if you can feel the rocking back on the pelvis, like you're sitting a little further back towards the low back, the tailbone. Then as you inhale, feel that rocking of the pelvis forward as you lift the chest, open the gaze up. Once more, exhale, round the spine. Inhale, peel it open. Exhale here. Inhale, reach the arms up. Take the right hand down, reach that left arm up and over, side bending. Inhale up through the center, left hand down, right arm reaches up and over, any amount. Just want to feel a stretch through the right side body, so stop when you feel that. Go further only if you need. Inhale, coming straight up. Hands come down in front of you and doing that folding forward once again to any degree. Take a breath in right here in the middle. Take a breath out. Walk your hands to the left side. Breathe in. Breathe out. Walk through the center over to the opposite side, the right side. Take a big breath in. Big breath out. Once more to the middle. Inhale. Exhale. Walk your hands back in towards you. Sit tall. Breathe in. Let it go. Breathe out. Find your way now onto your hands and knees. Your tabletop pose, all fours. Knees beneath the hips, wrists beneath the shoulders are a little bit wider. Spread the fingers wide. Feel that long spine, long neck. And then inhale the belly down, gaze forward. Exhale, round the spine to the sky. Feel the belly button pull in, tuck the chin to the chest. Inhale, soft belly down, chest forward, the gaze lifts. Exhale, round into the spine, pressing the mid back and the upper back in particular towards the sky. Breathe in, cow pose, extend through the front body. Breathe out, cat pose, extend through the back body. Once more, each direction. Inhale. Exhale. Find your flat back, neutral spine. Then we'll transition into downward facing dog pose. So spreading the hands perhaps a little bit wider than the shoulders if they aren't already. You might even walk them forward a handprint or two. Tuck the toes, lift the knees, press the hips back and up. The heels may or may not reach the ground. The knees may or may not be bent. Bending the knees typically helps the back to feel a bit longer. And if this isn't gentle for you, just remaining in that tabletop pose. Feeling and finding some sense of stability in the shoulders, either way. Take just one more breath here. You'll find your way into a forward fold, either walking the feet towards the hands, maybe the hands a little bit towards the feet. Feet at least hips distance apart. Arms can dangle down. You might grab opposite elbows with the hands here. Let the head hang heavy. On an exhale, release the hands down if they're bound in any way. Then take the hands to the thighs. Press the hands into the thighs as you extend the spine forward, lifting up about halfway. Breathe in. Exhale, forward fold, release the chest down. Twice more like that, hands to the thighs. Inhale, extend the spine forward. Exhale, soften and fold down. Inhale, halfway lift, crown of the head reaching in front of you, shoulders reaching back. Exhale, fold on down. And your next inhale, rising up either with a flat back or rounding the back to the top, whatever feels safest for you. Standing tall in your mountain pose, arms at your side. Eyes open or closed. Feel your feet connected to the ground beneath you. You might even rock the weight of the hips a little bit side to side just to feel the connection of each foot individually into the ground. And steady your hips somewhat in the middle. Find stillness. Roll the shoulders back. On an inhale, arms reach up to the sky. Exhale, hands together at the heart. Shift your weight into your left foot so you can step that right foot back. Might go a lot, might go a little, just finding a crescent lunge or high lunge variation, bending that left knee. And you may even like to bend the back knee. Sometimes that helps us to get the spine a little bit longer. That makes it less compressing in the low back for some people. And some people like to have that back leg a little more straight. You may try both. Take one more breath here. Inhale. On your exhale, shift the chest forward, weight in that front leg so you can step the right foot forward and fold down from there. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold on down. Inhale, rise up all the way, mountain pose. Exhale there. Inhale, the arms reach up. Hands to heart center as you breathe out. Weight into that right foot. Lift the left. Step it back. Finding your high lunge on the second side. Once again, playing around, perhaps with bending the back knee, feeling that low back, and a tuck under and straighten, noticing how that feels. Maybe straightening the back leg, noticing how that feels. Exploring your body, the story it has. Take one more breath in. Full breath out. Lean the chest a little forward, still long in the spine. Weight in that right leg, left foot to the front, forward fold, breathe out. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold down, exhale. Inhale, mountain pose. Stand tall, arms at your sides. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Weight into the left foot again. Step that right leg back. This time spinning that back heel down if that feels comfortable for that back hip. Finding a warrior one pose here. If you're struggling with balance, you can widen the feet out left to right. Still bending that left knee as you press the right heel down in the opposite direction. Try to keep the chest forward. If you feel like you have the stability, you might extend the arms up to the sky. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more inhale. Exhale, hands back to the heart if they left. Lean the chest a little forward. Pick up that back heel. Step the foot to the front and fold. Inhale, lift halfway, extend. Exhale, fold and soften. Inhale, mountain pose, all the way back up to standing. Exhale there. Inhale, arms to the sky. Hands to the heart, breathe out. Weight into that right leg. Send the left leg back, spin the heel down. Even as that back hip opens slightly, still keeping and aiming the chest and the gaze forward. Bent front knee, hips sinking down. If you feel stable, arms can reach to the sky. If you don't feel stable, you can widen the feet. If you feel more stable with that back heel lifted, lift it back up, all good. Maybe have a wall next to you for support. Wherever you are, one more breath in. Full breath out. Inhale where you are. Exhale the hands to the heart if they left. Shift forward, step forward, and fold on down. Inhale, lift up halfway, extend. Exhale, fold. Mountain pose. Inhale all the way up to standing. And exhale there. Inhale, arms sweep up to the sky. Hands to heart center, breathe out. One last time, weight into that left foot, send the right foot back. Warrior one, spinning that back heel down. Once again, arms to the sky here if you're ready. If not, hands can stay at the heart. Take a big inhale. Exhale, peel the arms open, finding those bent elbows, those goalpost arms. Feel the chest lift forward and up. Breathe in. On your exhale, rounding the spine back, forearms together, chin to the chest. Inhale, open, expand. Just twice more. Exhale, round. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Next, inhale, arms back to the sky. Hands to the heart, exhale, lean forward, step forward, fold forward and down. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale to fold. Mountain pose, stand tall, breathe in. Breathe out, landing there. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, hands to the heart. Left foot steps back, heel spins down, warrior one. Find your position, your strong warrior. If the arms are reaching, they reach up. Big breath in. Exhale, maybe opening the arms, bending the elbows. Inhale, lift the chest. And 3 times on your exhale, rounding the spine, chin to the chest, forearms towards one another. Inhale to open. Exhale, close it together. Inhale, open. Last one, exhale. Breathe in, open, arms up. Hands to the heart, exhale, lean forward. Again, step forward, fold on down. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, this time hands to the ground. Step the feet back. Come on to the knees. Find your cow pose. Inhale, belly down, heart open. Exhale, round the spine to the sky. Flat back, neutral spine. And then extend your right leg straight back behind you. Just want to find a little bit of core strengthening, back strengthening. The foot can stay lifted. It can stay closer to the ground, but try to be a little energetic through that leg. If you feel stable in the limbs, the left arm may extend forward in the opposite direction. Breathing in. Breathing out. Inhale. Gently place the limbs that are lifted back down. Second side right away. Left leg extends back. Toes close to the ground or leg about parallel. Notice if you have any tendency to open the hip. Try to keep the front of that left thigh pointing down. Once again, optional to open and reach the right arm forward. Notice if the torso is collapsing. Try to press away from the ground. Feel kind of an energetic lifting up. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more inhale. Exhale the limbs softly down. Might rock the hips a little bit side to side here. Maybe draw circles with the hips. Switch directions the opposite way. And then find your way into a seated posture, extending the legs out in front of you, hands at your sides, either hands down, palms down, or fingertips on the ground. Roll the shoulders back. Try to sit tall here. You can have a bend into the knees. Tuck the chin to the chest. Breathe in. Take one more breath here. And then hinge at the hips, fold forward over the legs. You can bend the knees even more generously here, or keep the legs straight. Feeling your chest reaching forward. As the hips hinge and fold, feel the belly on the thighs. Just one more breath. Let it go. Inhale to sit tall. Then coming onto your back, setting up for a constructive rest pose. So the back will be flat, feet a little bit wider than the hips. Let the knees fall in towards one another. Hands can rest on the body. They can rest at your sides, maybe overhead. You want a really soft internal rotation of the hip joints. Just feel your body breathe with your back supported. Starting to slow down. Might even be witnessing your breath kind of catching itself, feeling like it can't keep up. Then starting to relax. But that process takes more or less time depending on the person, depending on the day. Just observe that process of slowing down and how it's happening in your body right now. Without comparison, without judgment. Observing all that is here for you in this moment. Every thought, every emotion, every feeling in the body, aware of it all. Letting it all take up space. As much space, as much time as it needs to. You're welcome to stay right there in this constructive rest posture. If you would like to, finding our way into a supported bridge pose. So I'll be using a block. If you don't have a block, you might have a cushion or 2, 3 pillows, depending on how high you want the lift to be. You can bring the feet in a little bit closer than they just were. Feet and knees just about in a straight line above one another, lifting the low back, lifting the hips, sliding your prop of choice underneath the low back, that flat part of the back, like just above the tailbone. Adjusting until you find the perfect placement for you. Letting yourself release into the props, release into the ground. If you chose to find the supported bridge, feeling a little bit more of kind of a pressure into the upper back. As you feel that, try to relax the shoulders and the front of the chest. Just let the upper back be heavy down, without any sense of needing to tighten things forward. Let it release. Bring your awareness back to your breath. Might take a few slightly deeper breaths. And then similarly to the transition from constructive rest to supported bridge, if you like where you are, just stay where you are. Or alternatively, you might find kind of a supported, elevated legs up the wall, starting to bend the knees into the chest so the feet lift up off the ground. And this block behind you should feel, or the props block, whatever you have, should feel supportive, like it's helping to balance the legs in the air. If it's not, then you might need to move it higher or lower depending on where it is. You might even shift yourself over to a wall if you'd like to extend your legs straight up an actual wall. Otherwise, if and when you're ready, the legs will go straight up into the air. You might have a little bit of a bend to the knees. You just want to find that place where the legs almost just hang there on their own with little to no effort from you. Once again, bringing your awareness back to your breath. If the legs are in the air, you can bend at the knees and gently bring the feet back down. And if your hips are lifted up by a prop, and lift the hips a little higher so that you can remove that prop from beneath you. And then from here, if there's any last little shapes, poses, stretches, wiggles that your body would like, you can find them now. And then transitioning into your final resting pose, your shavasana, your corpse pose. Letting your body totally let go, totally shut down. The limbs are heavy, the torso's heavy. The breath is really subtle, really soft. Trying to let go of all your perception of your senses, letting the mind just wander, almost like it's wandering away from the body, outside of the body. Or perhaps kind of opposite of that, like the mind is wandering deep inside. So deep inside that the external world, the external senses are no longer perceivable wherever the mind has chosen to go. And if for any reason that feels difficult, and you'd like to have a focus for the mind, an anchor point, then focusing on the breath, try to bring a ratio of 7 to 11, inhaling for your count of 7, and exhaling for your count of 11. And maybe eventually even that will drift away. Gradually start to bring your awareness back. Noticing your thoughts. Noticing your body. Noticing your breath. Invite a really deep inhale in. Open the mouth to exhale. Take 2 more like that, breathing in through the nose, deep and long and far and expansive. Open mouth, exhale. Last one, breathe in. Let it go. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Roll through the wrists and the ankles. Bend at the knees. Roll all the way over to one side. Then press your way all the way up off of your squeaky floor, if you have one like me, into a comfortable seat. Sitting tall, eyes soft or closed. Noticing how it feels to be upright once again. Hands can remain resting in the lap, or you might connect the palms together in front of the heart. Just this gesture and moment of gratitude to close our practice, gratitude towards this practice, all that it has to offer to us. Gratitude towards ourselves, towards you, from you, saying thank you from your own heart to your own self. And gratitude for anything else in your life that comes to mind right now, right here, saying thank you, thank you, thank you, straight from the heart outward. Take one more big inhale. Exhale. And gratitude from me to you always. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me. You can softly blink the eyes open, release the hands down, come back into your space. If you have any questions about your practice or yoga, I'm happy to help. Just leave a comment below and let me know what your curiosities are. You might let me know how your practice went today. If you enjoyed this practice, definitely don't hesitate to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. I will see you next time, my friends. Goodbye.